Closed captioning for great tastes is presented by Manitoba Canola Growers. Canola. Eat well for life. Manitoba Liquor Mart presents Great Tastes of Manitoba. Great Tastes is brought to you by GreatTastesMB.ca. Local farms, local foods. Great Taste is sponsored by Manitoba Agriculture.
Time for Great Tastes of Manitoba. My name is Des Daniels, and we are Canola Eat Well around the world, although it's just kind of a party anytime Ellen Pruden is here, which she is. Manitoba Canola Growers. We'll get to the recipes in a second. It's going to be fun. And, of course, we have Aaron Allblast here, Manitoba Liquor and Lotteries. So, Ellen, we are having a party tonight. We have some pierogies, and we're making those off the top.
Well, yes, so we're starting off with pierogies, and then we're gonna make some fantastic vegetable samosas. We're gonna deep fry those ones. And then we're gonna end off with the birthday celebration with the cassava cake.
Cassava cake.
Very unique, gluten-free, and you're gonna love it.
I've been hearing a lot about this cassava cake, so that's very interesting. We will get to that in a second. So, what about you? What are you gonna do?
Well, this is an interesting one because we have 3 recipes that are very unique, you know, and just shows the versatility of canola. I'd like to show the versatility of beer, and I'd like to pair each one of these recipes, including the cake, with a beer.
Well, it's a party. You can't really have beer or party with a beer, so you're going to bring that back with you.
Sounds good.
Very good. We'll see you shortly.
Excellent.
This is like my wheelhouse, Mama.
I know.
This is my wheelhouse.
This is, you know, an ode to all the babas out there and all the pierogi making that goes on. And it's about the dough. Everyone thinks it's about the filling, which it is.
Well, that's important, but it's just as much about the dough.
Because you want it to be pillowy, soft, not chewy, dense, hard. So here's the best dough that you're ever going to make from Canola Eat Well.
Okay. There's Babas out there. No way, I've got a better one, but this one's great. This one is really good.
Sour cream and 1 egg beaten.
That's a great trick by the sour cream in there. That's a really, really good.
3 tablespoons of canola oil. So we're doing a rough measure here. And then we have our flour with our salt. So we're gonna blend that together. Then you're gonna add it in, and then we're gonna combine that through. And we're going to end up, so the important thing is measuring out the flour properly. So you want to scoop into your measuring and then level it off. Too much flour is going to make your dough be tough. So this will get mixed up, but then you end up with this amazing, fill your dough, Des. I want you to fill your dough.
This is my, which dough is mine? This is my dough?
That's yours. So
thank you for rolling it out. For as many times as I've made pierogies in my life, this is still something I struggle with. So thank you for that.
This recipe makes about 40 of them. So, you know, compared to some of the pierogi bees that go on, it's not a huge amount, but I think it's just right for everything. So nice and soft, right?
Yes, it's beautiful.
You just want to roll it out, and you can see how beautifully it rolls. You don't want to add too much more flour because that's going to make it be really dense again. So we'll roll that out. We have a couple. Great, you're cutting.
Yeah.
Now, my brother thinks pierogies should be like the size of footballs, but
I like small. So small
they
is
need to be small and delicate.
Although it's funny, like I had one grandmother who made them, you know, probably about that big, and another one who made them really tiny. So there is a little bit of personal preference there, I guess.
And it's all about not putting too much filling. So we have 2 examples, the classic potato and cheddar. And so we've mashed potatoes, add some cheddar cheese. Some people do cheese whiz, but we're using cheese. And then we have roasted beets. This is so fantastic. Roasted beets with Asiago cheese.
I will admit, I was a little bit like, I'm not sure about that. It's really good.
Yeah. I love
really good.
Beets.
And of course, it's peak of the market, right?
Yes, because Peak grows these fantastic vegetables that we get to enjoy and eat, and so we're so grateful for them for doing that. My very good friends, Chris and Danielle, they do leftover Thanksgiving pierogies. So they take some stuffing, a little bit of gravy, a little bit of cranberry, and a little bit of turkey. Put it in.
Well, I guess you really could put anything in there.
Anything can go in it.
Yeah.
So you don't want to have too much because you don't want your filling, and this is where, you know, probably our pinching skills will come into effect. You can dab it with a little bit of water on your edge so to help to make it stick.
Yeah, this is fun. This is fun.
You can pinch it, and of course there's great ways to do a fold pinch. Some people, I'm not a very good pincher.
Well, and you can't get any of that filling in between, or it makes it a lot, they won't stay closed if you don't, or if you get some of that filling in between the pinch, so it's better to try and keep that nice and clean. Yeah, mine aren't spectacular either, but really at the end of the day, they're
going to be so delicious. So then you're going to line it with the parchment paper, and then you're going to keep adding into your made pierogies, and then with a damp tea towel, just cover it up so it doesn't get too dry.
Right.
Again, that's the secret.
It's kind of great, like if you are doing a whole bunch of them and you have a bunch of people around, you have a couple people pinching, a couple people cooking, and then you kind of have this whole, it is a communal thing. Like if you want to make 40, great, but if you want to make 4,000, you want to have, and that's happened, that's happened, right?
Usually I'm on the boiling the pierogies.
Are
that's
you?
Where I put it.
That's where you
so
shine?
You're just going to add them, and they take about a minute. They're going to pop up, and then this is the stage that you can have them be resting. So after they take out the boil, you can freeze them at that point, or we've done bacon and onions, and we're going to fry them up, and that's what we're going to have it with our beer. I wonder which kind.
Exactly. And of course, the thing that, if you've never made pierogies before, the thing that will shock and amaze you, at least every time I cook them, it's like, sometimes it's like a minute, and it's the second they float to the top, and that's when they come out. And what I like to do is I like to put a little bit of canola oil, if you've got a big bowl of them, kind of toss them a bit so they don't stick, lay them flat on a pan, freeze them, and then put them in a bag, and then you can fry them. You can just, have them, thaw them out later. But I love to fry them in szkwarki, like bacon and onions, and it's so good. So
that's a great tip, doing that little bit of canola back into your bowl.
Well, then they don't stick, right?
Exactly. And you can do that if you're cooking a lot of pasta, add a little bit of oil in, and that's going to make it not stick. And then of course it's non-allergenic, which is really cool. So if you're having different allergies, canola is that non-allergenic oil that you can be using.
Pantry staple, canola oil, of course, and pierogies as we eat well around the world. When we come back, vegetables, samosas, the Ellen Pruden canola way here on Great Taste of Manitoba.
You're watching Great Tastes of Manitoba, brought to you in part by Manitoba Agriculture.